Hey everybody, this is Reapy Ron, and today we're going to be talking about the various skins in Killing Floor 2, of the Zeds particularly. So, this seemed like a fun idea, where I'm going to be ranking each of the skins of each of the Zeds, from worst to best, in my opinion. And if you have a different opinion than me, then that's great. I would love to hear it in the comments down below. Some of these definitely have really great skins. Most of the skins don't really make much of a difference in any sort of in-game way, but some of them actually do. Some of them give you weird hitboxes or additional mechanics to the game, which is a little bit different. So we're just going to go specimen by specimen and talk about each of them. So first up, we have the Cyst here. And I couldn't really find a good site to display their skins, so I'm just using the wiki. Which is not the most up-to-date, but it does have all the skins on it. So, alright, let's talk about the Cyst here. And there's also kind of this handy weapon effectiveness chart that we got going on here. So, the Cyst, his base skin is not one of my favorites. He's okay. He still looks creepy. He still looks like an experiment. I do like him overall, but like his base skin is not my favorite of his skins. And then we've got his carnival skin, or summer slideshow skin, which is the pig suit, which is actually really, really creepy. I actually really like this one because it is so creepy and kind of disturbing that I like that one. He's got his VR headset for the Halloween event, and he's got his elf for the Christmas event. Now, I would say his base skin is probably his worst skin. I think all of the other skins are better than his regular skin. Again, not to say his base skin is bad or anything, but it's not as good as the others. I would then probably say the VR headset from the from the Halloween one. Like, I do like the VR headset that this guy has. This is still a pretty good skin. It's just that he has some better ones. After that, I'd probably give it to his elf skin because I really like this skin, but I think the number one spot of the Cyst best skin would probably go to the pig. The pig is just so creepy and so weird that I think it kind of deserves the best skin, at least in my opinion. So there's some interesting skins for the Cyst. None of these skins actually change the Cyst in any way. He acts exactly the same. It's not like some of the other skins. I'll tell you guys if some of the other skins give the Zeds a little bit of a different ability or hitbox or whatever it might be. But the Cyst, I believe, stays the same and has the same hitbox across all the skins. So, at least I've never noticed any difference between them. Alright, up next we have the Clot. And the Clot has a pretty decent base skin, in all honesty. I like it. He is very creepy. I mean, he's kind of a basic creepy looking dude, but I still like it. He's got his clown skin from the slideshow, which I really enjoy. That one looks really good. He's got the vampire skin from the Halloween one, and that one is alright. I still like it. I like his weird toe claw things and his pointy ears and all the sharp teeth he's got. And then he's got an elf skin for the Halloween one, or for the Christmas one, sorry. Again, I'd probably say his base skin is his least good skin, in my opinion. I like this one the least. It's still good, but it's my least favorite. After that, I'd probably give it to the Halloween one. The vampire one still looks cool. I still like it, but it doesn't feel way different than his base one. After that, I'd probably say it's actually kind of a hard toss-up between these two. I think I'd go with the Christmas elf next. I still really like this one, but I don't know if I like it as much as the clown. The clown is just really creepy, and I really like the clown skin. Again, none of these skins change his hitbox in any way. They don't give him any new attacks or anything like that. They're all the same. So, moving on to the next specimen. Alright, the next specimen we got is the Slasher. And I actually think the Slasher looks kind of the coolest out of the kind of trash tier Zeds. These guys, I kind of like how bizarre and sunk in their face looks. I think that's really cool. Reminds me of some sort of subhuman monster, maybe from The Descent or something. I like that. The Carnival skin, this is actually probably one of my least favorite skins in the game. It's definitely creepy, but it's not as creepy as some of the other ones, and it's just kind of bizarre in my opinion. It's not like a terrible skin, but it's just one of my least favorites. He's got the Wolfman skin for Halloween, which is probably one of my most favorite skins. That one actually looks really cool. I really like what they did with this one. And then, of course, he's got a Christmas elf skin, which also looks pretty great. All the Christmas skin, well, all the small guys that we've discussed so far have elf skins, and all of them look pretty great. I would say his circus skin is my least favorite skin, followed by his base skin, which still is pretty good, but not as good as the other two. I'd probably say his Christmas one, and then without a doubt, his best one is the Wolfman skin. I really like that one. That one is probably my favorite of the little guys, just overall out of all their skins. All right, up next we got the Crawler, and the Crawler is a pretty creepy little guy. He looks very, very creepy, and I like his base skin. His base skin actually looks really good. The only kind of problem with it is that it sometimes blends in with the environment a little bit, especially on like dark maps, like how it's showing here. Like I believe this is Burning Paris, and down like underground in Burning Paris, it can be kind of hard to see these guys, especially if the lights get destroyed for whatever reason. His Carnival skin, his Summer Slideshow skin, once again, I don't really care for all that much. The Conjoined Twins aren't one of my favorites. They are kind of creepy, and I do like the weird appendages that they have coming off of them. I believe it's maybe a hand and 2 feet. They are different and they are unique, but they're not one of my favorites. We have the Little Shop of Horrors plant for the Crawler. I really like this skin. I think it looks really good. And then we've got the Christmas box of the horror. I believe the Christmas box has a slightly different hitbox on the head, but I could be wrong about that. It feels like it's not at the same place. It might be at the same place, technically, but the head might be a slight bit larger, I believe. I could be wrong about that, though. They might have the same hitbox. I honestly haven't really noticed, but it seems like for whatever reason with the Christmas one, you tend to shoot their head off a little bit more often. And maybe it's just because it's more brightly colored, so it's easier to see. I could be wrong about that. But if I was to say which one's my favorite, I would say the circus skin is my least favorite. His Christmas skin is up next. Then probably his base skin. His base skin's actually really good. And then probably the little Shop of Horrors plant. I really like this one. That one is probably my favorite Crawler skin. All right, the Rioter. Now, I really like the Rioter's base skin. I think it's actually really cool. I love the metal helmet he's got on. I like the metal chest plate. I think that's all great. I like the weird light blue and white coloring that he has. I think that's really cool. Like I said, his base skin is quite cool. His Summer Slideshow isn't really one of my favorites. I don't really care for this all that much. I think it's just the oversized clown head. That's not my favorite. This does change his hitbox, by the way. It does make it quite a bit larger when you're trying to shoot him in the head. If you're trying to shoot him in the head, which you might want to do if you're playing like Gunslinger or Sharpshooter or something that can just knock his head off with one shot. But it's not really one of my favorite skins. It's just kind of a weird, bizarre skin in my opinion. His Halloween skin also isn't one of my favorite Halloween skins. He's like a armor-suited vampire guy, but the armor just looks so strange. It reminds me of a fish. It looks like a fish to me for some reason, which just makes it that much weirder. And then he's got his Christmas skin, which is all right. I kind of like the peppermints. His helmet is all right, and he looks sort of like a deranged elf in a way. Overall, for the Rioter, I would say that the Slideshow one, the clown, is probably my least favorite one. I don't really care for the oversized head, although I do like the outfit. I imagine if he was just painted up like a clown or had some other headgear on, I would kind of like that better. Then it's probably his Halloween one. The fish stuff it seems weird to me. After that is probably the Christmas one, which is all right, but I think my favorite one of his is just the base one. I think the base Rioter looks the best out of the Rioters. All right, so we got the Elite Crawler next, and I really like the way the Elite Crawler looks. He is one of the coolest looking Zeds in the base game. I like the albino spider look with the mandible / lower jaws on this thing. That thing just looks awesome. He's got a bunch of creepy appendages too coming off of him. I like that. His Summer Slideshow one, once again, is the Conjoined Twins, and this time it's green. I still don't really like this skin. His Halloween one is the pink plant here, which I do like. I like the pink and the blue. I think that looks really good. And then the Christmas one is pretty much just a white Christmas box with all of the weird hands and feet coming out of. I would once again say that the Slideshow one is my least favorite. The clown one, not the biggest fan of this one. It would probably then be, once again, the Christmas one. Christmas one looks okay, but it's not as great as some of the others. And then I would say it's probably the Halloween one. I really do like this one, but I think his base skin is his best one. I really like this look the best. But the Halloween one is a close second, in my opinion. Next, we got the Bloat. Not one of my favorite base designs. It is pretty disgusting and pretty gross. So I guess it gets points for that, but probably my least favorite design in the base game for skins. I don't really care for the Bloat all that much. His Summer Slideshow one is quite a bit better. I do like the Fat Clown. This one is much more intimidating and creepy, I would say. And I just like this look a whole lot better. This does look like a creepy, deranged clown that might kill and eat you. Well, probably will kill and eat you. His Halloween one is, again, probably one of my least favorite skins in the game. I just don't like the sludge monster look, whatever he's supposed to be. Bunch of garbage just shoved together. It seems strange to me. And then his Christmas one is pretty good. I actually like this one quite a bit because it is creepy. It's kind of fitting. I like the animal skull over his head. I think it's supposed to be either a cow or a bull's head, I believe. Could be a goat, I'm not sure. Or some sort of ram. And I do really like this one. I also like that he has the hooved feet then too. That's kind of creepy. So my least favorite has to go to the Halloween skin. I do not like this one very much. Then it's probably his base skin because I don't really like that skin either. And then I'd probably say his Christmas one is a good skin and one of the ones that I like much better. And his Summer Slideshow, the clown skin, is the best one. I really like this one probably the most out of the Bloats ones. Alright, Gorfast is up next. And Gorfast, I really like his design. He is very creepy. He's got like the skinless body where you just see the muscle. You do see some skin like on his feet and his severed hand up here. He's missing his arm, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then has this giant blade protruding out of it. Oh, and also has his bottom jaw chopped off. All of this I really like. I think it's actually really cool, and I like his base design quite a bit. His Summer Slideshow is really good, in my opinion. I really like this one. This one does have some strange mechanics, though, because that sword that he's holding in his mouth right there actually counts as a sword that he's blocking with. So if you shoot him directly at that, it will count as if he had held his arm up to block you shooting at him. So that's something to keep in mind, which actually makes this one kind of the most annoying one, which kind of tears me on my opinion, because at one, I don't really like to fight against these guys, but I still really like to look at them. They look really cool. They got the sword swallower / sword impaler. Maybe it was an accident, who knows. The mummy skin, having the Khopesh that he has there. I really like that they changed the sword to like an Egyptian sword. I think that's really cool. And as the Egyptian skin, it looks really good. I really like this one too. And then we've got his gingerbread man one, which is also a pretty good skin. This one also changes the hitbox because then his head becomes larger and parts of his head can break off. So his head health kind of changes where he actually has a easier to hit head, but has technically more head health because parts of it just tear off. So overall, it's kind of a compromise there. In terms of which ones I actually really like all of the Gorfast skins. I think they all look really good. I would probably put the Christmas one at the bottom for me. For no particular reason. I just don't think it's as cool as some of the other ones. It's still really good. It's just not my favorite. Then it would probably be his base skin. His base skin still looks really good. I still really like it. And then these two, it's kind of hard to pick between. I'd probably put the mummy one second, because I still really like it. It could go to first on any other given day, but I think I'd put his Sword Swallower one at the top of the of his skins. So the summer slideshow, I think he has the best skin there, but like he doesn't have a bad skin on any of them. All right, up next we got Gorfeins, and I think Gorfasts are cool, and Gorfeins are even cooler. I like the two blades. I like the black and white coloring that they have, especially with the really long tongue. That is just very creepy. And these are a really cool Zed. They're probably one of my favorite looking Zeds in the game. He's also got the sword swallowing skin like the other one, which is really cool. I really like it, and it still has the same weird hitbox mechanic to it, so keep that in mind. He's got a Pharaoh skin, which also just looks great. I love that he has the blades there, and his tongue is now the like wrapping. I really like that. And then he's got his Christmas skin, where he's got the two blades and the licorice tongue. Once again, I'd probably put these maybe in a similar order. I'd probably put his Christmas skin at the bottom, even though it is really good and I really like it. And then I'd actually probably then put the Egyptian one next, because the Egyptian one is still really, really good, but I think his base skin is probably one of his best skins. I'd probably put that in second and his Sword Swallower in first. Although even his base skin is great. He's like another Zed that only has great skins, so he's always cool to see. Alright, and talking about only having cool skins, let's talk about the Husk. I really like the base Husk design. I like the way he looks. He is very creepy, and he just fits so well. He's just he's just a really cool looking Zed. His slideshow skin is also really great. I really like this one. Mostly I like his cane / arm, whatever it is. This like strange witch doctor looking skin. I really like that. That is a really cool skin. His Halloween skin is also amazing. The suit of armor with the stomach that opens up and blows fire out. That's one thing that changes on the Husk from the other two, is that he no longer uses his arm to fire. He opens up his chest to fire, or I guess his whole torso to fire. And if you shoot inside that, you can actually blow him up. So this is actually one of the easier versions to fight, in my opinion. And then he's got his Snowman skin, which is, again, probably one of my favorite skins in the entire game. I really like this skin. It looks really good on him. So I would probably put... I'd probably put his Carnival skin as my least favorite, but it is still really good and it's still really cool looking. Followed by his base skin, and then the Knight, and then the Snowman. But once again, he's a Zed that just has all sorts of cool skins and just looks so awesome regardless of which skin he is in. Up next is the Stalker. And the Stalker has a pretty great base skin too. I actually really like her base skin. It is kind of creepy looking, and I like that I just like the ability that she can phase. I think that's really cool too. She has her Summer Slideshow skin, which I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be some sort of fish monster or mermaid of some sort. I'm not entirely sure about that. She might be some sort of reptile. It still looks pretty great. I still really like this skin. Oh, she's got her Halloween skin, which is the Invisible Woman. I really like this skin too. I think this looks really great. I was really surprised to see this the very first time, and I still really like it. And then she's got her Christmas skin, which is some sort of ice creature, demon, something. I'm not sure. I would probably put her base skin as her least good skin, although it is still really good. Followed by probably her slideshow one, because even though this looks really good, it's still a little bit strange for me. Then I'd probably put her invisible skin from the Halloween one next. And then probably her ice demon creature, whatever it's supposed to be, as my favorite skin of hers, because it just looks really cool. Alright, the Siren. I do like the Siren's base skin. She looks very creepy, especially with the bolted chest back thing. She is definitely a very creepy Zed, in my opinion. Her Summer Slideshow skin is probably one of my least favorite, if not my least favorite skin. I don't really like the bearded woman / whatever this is supposed to be. It's just, I don't really like it. It looks kind of dumb in my opinion. Then she's got the Bride of Frankenstein, which is a really, really cool looking skin. I also really like the the straight jacket she's got on. That is really cool. And she's also got her Christmas skin, which is some sort of wraith or something. And that one also looks really great. I would definitely put her slideshow one at the very bottom. I don't like it very much. And then her base skin, which is decent. And then it's honestly a pretty close toss-up between these two. I think I'd pick the Wraith one second, and then the Bride of Frankenstein first. But I could easily switch that because those two skins look amazing on her. Alright, then we got the Scrake, which the Scrake, I would say, arguably has the coolest looking skins out of everybody. He has such a great design just from his base one. I really like this. I love the apron with the mask and the chainsaw. That looks great. With his summer slideshow skin, the giant monkey with the Jack-in-the-Box chainsaw looks awesome too. I love that one. It is so creepy and just disturbing looking. His Frankenstein one, also a great one. I really like this. I like some of his voice lines that come with this too. They are pretty entertaining to listen to. And then he's also got what reminds me of like a Wendigo looking skin. From least good to most good, I would pick his Halloween one as the least good. The Frankenstein one is still great and I still really like it, but it's probably my least favorite, followed by, I would say, the Christmas one. Christmas one is once again still amazing. And then I'd probably say it's his summer slideshow. And then I would say his base skin is actually my favorite skin. I just kind of like this simplistic look of the Scrake. I think he looks great here, but I think he looks great everywhere. And up next are the quarter pounds, and kind of all the quarter pounds, flesh pounds, and king flesh pound all look pretty much the same with each of their skins. So I will be going over them in just a little bit, but just keep in mind that they're not going to look that much different. The base quarter pound skin looks great. I like the way that he looks. I like his weird arm gauntlet things, whatever they are. The forearms and the chest thing, as well as the the flesh pound headgear. I like that too. Nothing really to complain about with the regular quarter pound. His summer slideshow one is my least favorite. I don't really like him being a barnacle. That's just kind of weird. The Halloween Scrake, or the Halloween flesh pound, also looks a little bit strange to me. I mean, I know he's supposed to be the creature from the Black Lagoon, but it's just a weird electric chest thing that's kind of bizarre to me. But he still looks pretty good. I do like all the details of the fish part. I just kind of wish they had made his chest part maybe smaller or maybe a little bit different. And then you got the Nutcracker Christmas one, which looks great. I really like the Nutcracker. I would probably say his Barnacle one is my least favorite, followed by his base one, followed by the Halloween one, and the Christmas Flesh Pound being the best one. Alright, moving right along to Flesh Pound. I really like the Flesh Pound. He looks cool, he looks intimidating, he looks scary. We've also got the Barnacle Flesh Pound, which, once again, it's not really my favorite. I don't really like him looking like a barnacle, but it's not bad. It's not like a terrible skin or anything. It's just not one of my favorites. He's still got the creature from the Black Lagoon skin for Halloween, and the bigger and better Nutcracker for Christmas. Yeah, I'd probably rank these in the same order that I ranked the quarter pound in, because they all generally look just like a scaled up version. I would say that his base skin looks better than like the quarter pound's base skin does, but I still generally like this skin more, and the Christmas skin is my favorite one. I think that one's the best Flesh Pound looking skin, at least in my opinion. Alright, then we got everybody's favorite, the Edars. The Edars have a fine base skin. They look like a robot, and there's really nothing else to say. If you like robots, cool. If not, cool. Their summer slideshow skin honestly really doesn't change them all that much, and they just look a little bit more basic in my opinion, which is alright. And then we've got the Halloween skin where they are pumpkin creatures. I actually like this skin quite a bit. I think these are pretty decent. And we've got quite a few versions of them. And then we've got the Christmas skin, which are the toy robots. And I think the toy robots are the best in my opinion. I would say it's probably the summer slideshow because they just kind of look just basic for the EDRs. They're not one of my favorites. Then probably just the base skin, which they look okay. There's nothing really wrong with them. Probably followed by the Halloween ones, which look pretty good. And then the Christmas skins. The robots look the best in my opinion. I actually really like the look of each of the robots. Alright, and then we've got the bosses. Let's talk about Hans. I think Hans has one of the coolest looking base skins. I think that he looks really cool. I like the weird extra metal parts to help him move around. I like his claws. I like his guns that are attached to him. I like his weird chest piece in his backpack. I think that Hans, it has a really cool base skin. His summer slideshow looks kind of the same, but if he was going to be fired out of a cannon, which is okay. Not one of my favorites, but not a bad skin for him either. His vampire skin is awesome, and I love everything about it. I think it's a really, really well done skin. And then his Christmas skin, where he's Christmas Hans, is fine. Nothing really else to say. It's an okay skin overall. I would put his summer slideshow as my least favorite, followed by probably the Christmas skin, and then his base skin, and then my favorite would absolutely go to his vampire skin from Halloween. I think that looks amazing on him. Alright, then we got the Patriarch. And the Patriarch kind of has a weird design. I kind of like it overall. It's weird, it's creepy, it's like cyborg-ish body horror stuff, which is weird and kind of cool. His summer slideshow skin I actually really like. I like the the fancy Patriarch. I think that's actually a really good look for him. I like the Halloween one where he's Mr. Hyde. I think that actually fits him really well too. And the Christmas one is fine. He looks like a mecha Santa, which is pretty cool too. I would probably say his base skin is actually his least good skin. It's not bad or anything, but it's the least good out of them. I would then say probably his mech Santa from Christmas would be the next one. Then probably Mr. Hyde, and then probably his summer slideshow. I just kind of like the mustache with the top hat and the monocle. Alright, back to the Flesh Pound. So King Flesh Pound. I like the way that the King Flesh Pound looks. He looks like a even more souped up, even more roided out Flesh Pound, and I kind of like that about him. He's got even more blades on him, which is cool. His summer skin turns him into a barnacle. Not one of my favorites. I don't really like my enemies to be barnacles. Creature from the Black Lagoon, he's got way more spikes on his gauntlets, and he just has even more of an intimidating look. I really like that one. And then his Christmas skin is the big orange nutcracker, which also looks pretty cool. I should mention the Flesh Pound's head on the Christmas one is a little bit larger than normal. I should say that. That is somewhat of a difference. So you can hit them in the head a little bit easier with the Christmas skin on. I would say my least favorite goes to the barnacle again. I don't really like the barnacle. Then I'd probably say it's his Halloween one because I actually really like the base one. I would say the base one is better than the Halloween, followed by the Christmas one being the best again. I just really like the Nutcracker look. I think it's really good. Alright, up next we have the Abomination, which I don't really care for the base Abomination's skin. I don't think it's one of the best skins in the game. It's okay. There's nothing really wrong with it, but it's not one of my favorites. It's similar to like the Bloats. His slideshow one is probably my least favorite out of his, where he's got the big cotton candy axe things that are just kind of strange, and he's got the oversized clown head again. I kind of like that he has all the weird, like, he pretty much has all the carnival games on him. That's kind of cool. He does look better without the head once you break it off, though, where he actually has like the regular clown bloat head thing. That actually looks much better. His Halloween skin is just bad. I don't like this sludge monster thing. I don't think it's a great look for him. It looks so bizarre and just made out of garbage. It's one of my least favorite skins. And then he's got the Krampus skin from Christmas, and I really like this skin. This skin looks amazing, especially once he gets his mask taken off and he's got all the horns there. He just looks very, very creepy. I really like that. I would say my least favorite skin goes to the Halloween one. It's not one of my favorites. It's pretty bad in my opinion. Then it goes to his base skin. Again, not one of my favorites. Then it's the Halloween, or then it's the slideshow one, which once again, I don't really like. It's still not good. And by far, the best one is Krampus. Krampus is the best one for the Abomination. I love that skin. It looks really good on him. And he looks great even without the mask on. I like the mask, but I also like him without the mask, which is amazing. And then we have the Matriarch. The Matriarch's base skin is similar to the Patriarch skin, where it looks weird and creepy. Body horror cyborg thing, which I kind of like and kind of find weird. Again, not bad by any means. I actually kind of like this. I like this more than the Patriarch, actually, because I like all the details they put into her. We've got her summer slideshow skin, which just looks like kind of more of an updated or switched out armor for her, which looks pretty good. We've got the Halloween one where she becomes a jack-o'-lantern. And we've got the Christmas one where she gets frosted over. I would say my least favorite one out of her skins is actually the Christmas one, because she doesn't really look all that different from her base skin. Yes, there's some frost on it, which is okay, but that's really about the only change that happened. Then I would say it's probably her base skin, which looks pretty good. Well, looks pretty strange, but also pretty good. Then it's probably her summer slideshow, more of an updated kind of look to her, I guess, or at least a different look. And then, without a doubt, my favorite one of hers is the jack-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lantern looks great. I love the way that one looks. So, I believe that's all the Zeds in Killing Floor 2, taking a look at their skins and ranking them from worst to best, in my opinion. Tell me what your guys' opinion are of all the skins in Killing Floor, or maybe just whichever ones are your favorite or least favorite. Leave those down in the comments below. I'd love to read through them. And thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to all of you guys next time. Till then, stay cool, and bye!